Hey everyone, so I'm going to talk to you about overthinking thinking, and this seems like it's something that we all do. We get to a point where we're thinking about thoughts, and then we think, and we're thinking, we're thinking, and it feels like it's just overwhelming. And I want to talk to you about my experience with it just this morning. I was in my meditation, and I've got a lot of things going on in my mind. I'm starting a few projects at the moment. A lot of things are being let go. I'm starting to clean out a lot of my possessions, just trying to let them go. And with that, a whole lot of the past stuff comes up. It's like, oh, I'm holding on to that. Oh, I want to let it go. And I even slept in a room, like with all my stuff scattered around. So feeling quite, scattered in my mind. And I sat down in my meditation, and I started to feel this, like, oh my goodness, this storm of thoughts just going and going and going. And it's quite, overwhelming. And what I've learned to do with it is I sit with it. And I want to create an analogy to help you sort of understand how it was for me. I want you to imagine you are walking out into, you're on a beach, and you're walking out into the water, and there are waves crashing. And a lot of times, the waves can, they'll come over, and they're not too big, but when they're a bit bigger, it can be quite challenging to stay there. So you're staying in with these waves, and as they go out, the waves are also sucking you in, because that's what they do. When they move back, they sort of suck you in, and the waves come over, and they crash, and they hit you. I want you to imagine the waves crashing and hitting you are like your thoughts, and the size of these waves are like the size of your thoughts, how overwhelming they are, how important you make them out to be, how big they are. And these waves are hitting you, boom. Waves are hitting you, boom. They keep on crashing into you. And for me, what I'm doing is, okay, I'm just going to take it. I'm just going to take it. I'm just going to take it. And keep on letting the waves hit me. And keep on letting the waves hit me. And this is like just sitting with your thoughts. Just sitting with your thoughts and just sitting with your thoughts. And what happens after a while is the tide begins to go out. And the waves that were once hitting you are further away. And I feel a distance from them. I feel like, oh man, it's not as powerful. I've just gone through that, and now I get to appreciate the beauty that is around me without feeling this overwhelming impact of these waves, aka the thoughts. And this is what I do in my meditation. I sit down, and I let the wave of thoughts hit me. Sometimes it comes in, sometimes just one wave, and I settle down after it. But then another wave can come at me, depending on how overwhelmed and overthinking I am. And then keep on going through it. At some point, every single time I've really committed to this and done this, it calms down. The waves begin to stop. The overthinking, because our mind just can't continue to keep up that effort. And at one point, we get this relaxation, this calmness. And to put it into scientific terms for anyone, this is the moment of surrender. And surrendering has been scientifically studied to show that in the moment of surrendering, your brain waves change. Your brain waves change from a theta brainwave state to an alpha brainwave state, and then you can move further into theta brainwave state, which is what we feel before we are going to sleep or just as we're waking up. And our brain waves begin to dip down into a slower wave. And so when we're getting into this, when we're getting into a place of surrendering, we are actually slowing down our brain waves so that they calm down with us. So I hope this technique can be fruitful for you. I really recommend just to do it for as long as you need. Keep on going with it. Keep on going with it, because sometimes we think it's never going to end. In my experience, it always does. Hope you have a beautiful, beautiful rest of the day, and peace and love. Wow.